Hi everyone, it's Thursday, February 6th. This is Lee McMahon with your daily video. A very busy day today, and we'll have an even busier day tomorrow in terms of data. So lots to talk about. So take a look at the risk disclaimer, which should now be on your screen, and then we'll go to the charts. Okay. So big data today was Bank of England and European Central Bank. Bank of England, no change. As expected, no further statement. All right, as was expected. We did see a slight gain in the pound. I think probably just the people who were hoping for a surprise dovish statement, which we know is probably coming. All right, at some point, we know that they got to change the forward guidance, and that will likely be a dovish sounding statement. But we didn't get it today. Maybe on Wednesday upcoming, we have the inflation report. Maybe we'll get it then. Kind of have to wait and see. So right now, pound remaining basically stable here after this wedge break. Resistance still extends up to about 164.35, and these previous lows, well, these recent lows, 162.60 or so is support. Now the euro, on the other hand, the ECB did make some noise, or rather, their lack of making noise gave us a euro rally. I mean, official expectations were anyway, that the ECB would leave all three key rates unchanged. They, in fact, did. But there was some speculation that we would see some sort of alternative policy measure implemented, or at least a suggestion that, like, definitely a cut is coming sometime soon. We didn't get any of that. So the focus is now back on March. We'll see. The ECB does have several options. All right. Not just cutting the deposit rate, which is one of the more popular ones that they could do. They could do another LTRO. So they do have some options. We'll have to see exactly if they want to do them. But the fact that they didn't do anything today, a lot of euro shorts kind of gave up, and we pushed up back into this triangle. This trend line, 136.34, is resistance. This support level is about 134.79. With NFPs coming, I don't have a position in euro dollar. I'm pretty okay with that. It'll be very interesting to see how we finish Friday. If we do finish it above this trend line, I will probably be looking for longs very early next week. And if we finish below like 135, I'll probably end up looking for shorts next week. Anywhere in between there, I will probably continue to ignore euro dollar. So that's the setup on euro dollar right now. A couple other things that we saw today involve the Canadian dollar. All right, we saw a worse than expected Canadian trade balance. All right, so, well, not worse. It's a bigger deficit than expected. That hurt the CAD. And then we saw a stronger than expected IBPMI number, which actually rallied the CAD pretty good. But there's a pretty significant caveat to that PMI number. All right, the number itself gained fairly significantly, but the employment component fell, and it fell to a number below 50. I want to say it was like 48.3 or something like that. It was a pretty dramatic drop, and it's represented sort of a contraction in the hiring in Canada. We're already kind of hoping for a big improvement over last month in terms of the Canadian employment report due out tomorrow. Last month we had the Canadian economy shed about 40,000 jobs. This month we're expecting them to gain about 20,000. So we're already looking for a significant improvement. And so far, that early number not really giving me a ton of confidence in that. So I'm cautious about being long the Canadian dollar going into that employment report. We may see a significant upward revision of last month's really, really bad number. But, you know, I think if we don't, and if we see another disappointing number, the Canadian dollar might, like, actually just die. So I'm a little hesitant to be long CAD anything, so I'm hesitant to be short Aussie CAD, for example. I would like to buy Aussie CAD here at about 98.42. I would also like to buy it above basically 140 or so if we get there. The other thing that makes me a little bit nervous, I really like how Aussie dollar is looking right now. I mean, we're about to test some pretty significant support here in this like micro bull trend that we've started to try to develop. About 89.40. I still like it. The first two major resistance levels about 91 then 93. Whereas major support is about right now and then down towards about 88.60. So Aussie still looks relatively well bid. We'll see how it manages to sustain that going forward, especially with NFPs, but even just in the overnight session, it needs to hold that 89.50 area. A true like bullish reversal that 89.50 area would hold. So we'll have to see how that plays out. some of the other, and then dollar CAD, the other half of the Aussie CAD. Dollar CAD is at support right now. That 100 period EMA holding very well. This is a pretty standard breakout trade. Above 111.30, below 110.30. All right, basically opens up a move in either direction. Our chart of the day today was Euro CAD to the upside. So you can see strong candle breaking out on the ECB combined with that Canadian trade balance. Down candle to retest on that IV number. Now we're kind of stalling here at this 50 period EMA and this trend line or wedge, whatever, consolidation retest. I do like this pair to crawl up towards this 153 level, if not beyond. But obviously, NFPs and tomorrow's employment number is going to have a lot to say about that. Speaking of NFPs, let's go to dollar yen. I mean, dream scenario is actually dollar yen just sits right here until NFPs. All right. Why? Because right here it's actually at a technically significant level, and we'll get a pretty good read on things from that NFP report. Either, if we probably won't sit right here, we'll see some sort of stupid move before. But either we're going to see it break back up above this fairly long-standing trend line that we broke down, or we're going to see the recent trend continue. We're going to see a rejection. So watch this area on dollar yen very carefully. It should be fairly interesting. Some of the other yen pairs. Okay, euro yen, look for that 140 test to try to maybe sell that. Pound yen, actually fairly low risk long here. On a breakout above this range, sort of a retest, your stop would be about 166. But I'm not adding anything going into NFPs, that is for sure. So there are some setups out there going into the end of the week. E-minis, all right, you can see kind of held this long-standing trend line very nicely. We're about 30 points off those lows, and we're through the first resistance level. Okay, and now we're upcoming on that second resistance level right now. All right, so watch E-minis. We'll see how all of this starts to play out. The major ones actually that I want to watch more than E-minis are Dow futures. Okay, we got back above the trend line, so that's something. And then the Nikkei. The Nikkei is still the most bearish looking. 14,750 is the magic number. So watch that. It will greatly affect how the yen trades next week. All right, that's about what I have for you today. I will be around, of course, all day tomorrow to talk NFPs with you, so by all means, feel free to hang out and check in on that. Good luck trading. Hopefully you're not going crazy with anything, and have fun watching the NFP fireworks. And then if I don't speak to you, enjoy your weekend.